This is what happens when you do not have a long-term plan or strategy for your storylines and for what you are doing on TV. You end up with 3 world titles. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what we saw on Monday Night Raw last night. Triple H said he had a huge announcement that was going to rock and change WWE forever, and he came out on Monday Night Raw and he told us about the state of play at the top of the card. Roman Reigns, he is the WWE undisputed Universal Champion, and that he, has negotiated the fact that he doesn't have to wrestle all the time, defend those belts all the time, and he doesn't even need to appear, something Triple H would have done himself, he said. Now, what that has left us with is a void because, we don't have a world champion that appears on TV some of the time. I'm an advocate for the world champion not always being on TV and making it feel special, but Roman Reigns, the Brock Lesnars of yesterday, those are like below that. They just do not appear at all, really, unless they have something to build. So now we just don't have a world champion. We're going into a draft that's going to start later this week. And what are those guys on whichever brand going to compete for? WWE recognized that there was this void. They have created the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this is a throwback to when Brock Lesnar took the Undisputed Championship, went to SmackDown, Raw had a void, and Eric Bischoff brought back the World Heavyweight title, the WCW World Heavyweight title at the time, and gave it to Triple H. Now, they haven't quite given it to anybody. They are going to crown a champion at Night of Champions pay-per-view, or PLE should I say, in Saudi Arabia at the end of May. However, we now have 3 world titles. That is the issue because, let's be honest, Roman Reigns, although they're calling it, the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, it's 2 belts. There's no way to cut it. There's no other way to slice it. We can see with our eyes he is holding 2 championships. So now they've created what they're calling the World Heavyweight Championship for Raw, it seems like, because let's be honest, Roman Reigns is going to be drafted to SmackDown because Fox want to keep him because he is a flipping draw, and that's the only reason people are really tuning into SmackDown. So this title is going to be the title that's on Raw. I think that's a given at this point. And it is the 3rd World Championship that we are seeing on our WWE programming. Like I say, Roman's holding 2 world championships. Like, there is so many flaws in this, right? Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, to make those championships the undisputed world titles, right? It's undisputed. However, Triple H has now went and made another world title. So it can be disputed, right? It can now be disputed that Roman Reigns isn't the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion because there's now another title, another world title, and he doesn't hold it. So, that's one of the many potholes in doing this. Now, the second one, in my opinion, is that this is very much a consolation prize. It's like Triple H saying to the whole roster, hey, you man, I know none of you could have beaten Roman Reigns. A lot of you tried, a lot of you failed. So I'm going to create another prize for you man to fight over. Yeah? Fight over this. And I'm sorry, that's just not how this should have worked. There is going to be so much reward. And the person that beats Roman Reigns finally, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good to see. And that is where they should have went with this. Not creating a consolation prize because no one can beat Roman Reigns. You see what I mean? Like, there is so many flaws in doing this and doing it this way. I know this is one of the many options that people had said that, they may take. It doesn't mean it's the right option, though. Definitely doesn't mean it's the right option. For 3 years, this guy has been carrying the title, and you guys haven't made a plan for how they were ever going to take it off him. In fact, you even went and added the WWE Championship to what he was carrying to give him more load. And you had no plan for how you were going to take it off him. Now, the plan is, let's create another title for the rest of these men to fight over. It's funny. It's baffling. It's funny. And already, it's lesser than, No one can say this is on par with the championships that Roman Reigns is holding. How? One, it has no legacy. It's down to that first person that carries it to, build that legacy for it. But you can never say this is on par with what Roman Reigns has done with those championships. This is a literally third rate world championship. You know, it's already got a handicap to start off with. So it's very, very disappointing to kind of see this is how they've taken it. I really think they should have done something more along the lines of maybe make Roman Reigns defend the Universal title on SmackDown, defend the WWE Championship on Raw until he loses one of them, maybe the WWE Championship, because, you know, all the days he's held the title that they're counting is with the Universal title. That's maybe how they should have done it. And then at least, you know, he could have made a man on Raw. You know, Cody could have come round to actually winning that title, and it's like, right, he's finished the story. They've made a man over there. A Seth Rollins that has never lost to Roman Reigns in this capacity for a world title, you know, could have took the WWE Championship from him. But no, they've used this kind of backdoor way of giving, you know, whoever's going to be on Raw post-draft a chance at a world title. And it's just not going to feel like an actual world title, man. I mean, it will. They'll be booked, and I'm sure, you know, once the draft is done, there's going to be a lot of really good guys at the top of that card on Raw that will, you know, do a good job as champion. But in the perception of us, the fans, you know, this ain't on par with what Roman has done on all the championships Roman is holding. So it's a really funny one, this one. Like, there's several ways. You guys comment down below how you would have done this instead, you know, created this opportunity that Triple H speaks of, as opposed to just creating a new belt and crowning someone, and let's just leave Roman over there on his island with what he's doing with those titles. This isn't necessarily the way I would have done this. But yeah, let me hear from you guys how you would have done this. Otherwise, yeah, the title itself, you know, design wise, I know people are always going to talk design wise. They've obviously went back to the days of big gold with that kind of big gold look. It's got that centerpiece still with a big WWE logo, but not as big and obnoxious as, you know, the ones that Roman is carrying. Kind of like the NXT North American Championship with how they've done that centerpiece. And it looks like they're kind of moving away from that big W, you know, even when they brought in the new Intercontinental title, the current Intercontinental title, you know, it's more discreet, if you like. So this particular world title looks like big gold. It's not quite big gold. Still WWE logos pasted everywhere, but I'm all right with it. I think, you know, as most of these championships are, it's a grower. You know, you don't worry about it very, very soon, you know, once you're kind of over the initial shock of the new world title and all that kind of stuff. My problem is that, you know, it is like a consolation prize. You see what I mean? In terms of who is going to be the first man to carry that title now, you know, I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of discussion on my channel about this in the next coming weeks, as maybe some type of tournament is announced as we get closer to that Night of Champions pay-per-view where the first winner will be announced, basically. But I am going for Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins needs to carry this championship. He deserves it. You know, he has been absolutely fantastic. Cody Rhodes is obviously another name people throw in there, but I think Cody Rhodes, his fish to fry is still with Roman Reigns. So, yeah, Seth Rollins, for me, this needs to be his championship. And he could be someone that really gives it a really good inaugural legacy to kind of build some type of history behind this championship and make people care about it. I think that would be really good for Seth Rollins. But yeah, new World Heavyweight Championship. Let me know down below in the comments the look of it, how they should book it, all of that kind of good stuff. Should they have even made this world title in the first place? I want to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button. Please hit that thumbs up button. I'd appreciate that. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Mex. I make videos on WWE and AEW. So please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. And I'll see you in the next one. WrestleManiac UK signing out. And I'll see you soon.